Get the free app updated on July 28, 2020, 5:18 p.m. CBS NEWSBarr clashes with House Judiciary CommitteeBarr clashes with House Judiciary Committee13 08 Washington. Attorney General William Barr on Tuesday faced the House Judiciary Committee for the first time in a contentious hearing that covered a range of matters involving the Justice Department, from its treatment of cases involving two of President Trump's associates, to the federal response to protests in Washington, D.C., and Portland, to election integrity and vote by mail in the November election. Barr was peppered with questions from the committee for more than 5 hours, across which exchanges between the Attorney General and Democrats became laden with sarcastic quips and partisan jabs. "You are a real class act," Barr sarcastically told Chairman Jerrold Nadler after the congressman denied his request for a 5-minute break as the hearing neared its end. "Reclaiming my time" was employed frequently by Democrats as they pressed Barr on whether he was doing Mr. Trump's bidding in federal cases involving Roger Stone and Michael Flynn and questioned him on the deployment of federal officers to U.S. cities to quell unrest. Barr made clear his displeasure with Democrats from the outset, saying in his written opening statement that they have attempted to discredit me by conjuring up a narrative that I am simply the president's factotum who disposes of criminal cases according to his instructions. Read more. Barr goes head-to-head with Jayapal over administration's handling of protestersBarr undercuts National Guard commander's assessment of Lafayette Square protests. Sheila Jackson Lee. You seem to have a difficult time understanding systematic racism and institutional racism. Nadler says Barr has aided and abetted the worst failings of President Trump. 4:11 p.m. hearing concludes the Judiciary Committee's oversight hearing with Barr concluded just before 4 p.m. 4:10 p.m. Barr won't commit to withholding Durham report until after November election. Congresswoman Debbie Mucarsel-Powell, a Democrat from Florida, asked the Attorney General whether he would commit to not releasing any report from U.S. Attorney John Durham before the November presidential election. Barr said he would not commit to withholding the report until after voters head to the polls. Durham, the top federal prosecutor in Connecticut, was tapped by Barr to conduct a sweeping probe into the origins of the Russia investigation. "We're not going to interfere," Barr told lawmakers of the Justice Department. "In fact, I've made it very clear that I'm not going to tolerate it." The Attorney General said any report released in the lead-up to the election will be, in my judgment, not one that is covered by Justice Department policy against taking investigative moves that could disrupt an election.